Temperatures are cooling, the color of leaves are changing, autumn is in the air, and living in the Garden State, farmer markets in New Jersey are overflowing with delicious fresh produce for the fall season.
We sell tomatoes probably more than we sell anything else, and we grow the most. That's the thing we grow the most of is tomatoes. We do regular beefsteak tomatoes, we do cherry tomatoes, grape tomatoes, plum tomatoes, heirloom tomatoes. We do all kinds of tomatoes. And they're pretty much good through the first heavy frost in the fall. We pick them a little on the green side because if we leave them on the plants too long, they get sunburned. But then we let them sit for a couple days, so by the time they get down here, they're nice and red. And when you're picking out a tomato, you want the tomato to be nice and firm with no, blemishes or cracks on it or anything, because it's just going to break down faster if there's stuff wrong with it.
The Jersey tomato takes the top prize for fall produce across the state. Andersen says customers make it the farm's best seller because they can implement the red juicy veg in almost any dish.
They make everything. Some people want green tomatoes so they can fry them or pickle them, or they make all kinds of stuff. You name it, they probably make it with tomatoes.
Autumn sure is the time for abundance, but what crops are the best during the fall season to make them the fall favorites at your local farm stands?
Broccoli is coming into season now, and cauliflower and cabbage, and they're big for this time of year. And all your winter squashes, the acorn squash, butternut squash.
And if you're an avid gardener, you might question when the perfect time is to pick your produce from the ground.
Fresh broccoli, you can tell just because the head looks nice and green. It's not turning yellow and getting all dried out. Cauliflower, the same thing. You want it, you don't want it all dried up, and you can really tell they start to dry up pretty quick, especially if they've been sitting out in the sun all day.
Aside from the fall's bestsellers, pumpkin season is right around the corner. And how to pick that perfect pumpkin? Andersen Farms says finding one with a very firm stem is a great start.
That's the two main things with the pumpkin. It's orange, it has a good stem, and it's not rotted. But we got lots of pumpkins.
October is usually considered to be the month most affected by heavy frost, which makes proper fall watering of plants a bit tricky, and different methods can vary throughout the early autumn weeks.
It all depends on your soil type you have, how good the soil holds the water, if you have raised beds or not, and if you use black plastic. There's a lot of different factors that affect how much you have to water.